Choujin X chapter 50 is here. Now, I will say I am surprised that we are hit with a 3-month time skip, and now we are actually in the month of December. And not only that, we are also at a point where Zora is looking terrible, right? Personally, I wish we could have got the tower's initial reaction to the fields being burned down in August, but it seems as if we have been placed at a point in time where either Yamato Mori is just about to begin the battle, or that there has already been a series of back and forth fights with the tower. Now, there are some context clues as Hoshi Sandek, while hosting a conference of Choujin world leaders, states that Yamato Mori wishes to proceed with the battle against Zora, as well as Sato's conversation with Sadakawa, where he reveals that the Kagomori clan doesn't have its full forces, which could be a hint at casualties from previous battles. So in short, I believe that there has been some off-screen retaliation from the tower post Operation Old Market, but now we have reached the point where Zora has become weak enough for her assassination. Now, it may be a bit of headcanon, but I just don't think that the tower would just sit back and chill for 3 months while Zora suffers from withdrawals. Now, as we enter the second half of the chapter, I gotta shout out the smooth transitioning statement that basically acted as a double entendre, as a promise to Sato and a confirmation that the Bucket Choujin is a former member of the Kagomori clan. Not only that, but there is also further evidence with the fact that this mysterious Choujin used the lone sword technique. And just to touch on the whole situation in which the lone sword was necessary, we have our girl Yubiko, the fan famous, right? So she has returned and is on a solo mission for the Beast Mark, but what we don't know is if this was a personal mission for power or if she was the hired help of someone else behind the shadows. Now, what we did learn is that Yubiko is also a native of Queen's homeland, Gilta. However, I do not know if that's enough to say that she is working on the behalf of their nation. I think that the Bucket Choujin was just using her place of birth more so as a slur or an insult, because we have seen in past chapters examples of discrimination towards those from outside countries as well as states. I mean, we've had Yamato Security insult their own children for being born in other countries, as well as having Azuma tying Palma's criminal actions to the fact that she was born in another prefecture. Now with Yubiko, her act could very well be one example of the power vacuum caused by Zora's decline. We know that Zora has a great influence on her followers, as Tokio pointed out that the people believe in her. However, there are also those who only value Zora for her power. So it's possible that Yubiko could be one of many aiming to acquire the Beast Mark for themselves. However, I did find it interesting that Yubiko wasn't there to assassinate Zora and was only checking to see whether or not she was still alive. Now, it could have just been her character's charm, but it did seem as if she was being interrupted, like her fishing day was being interrupted and she was summoned to, spy on Zora, which again leads me to ask, who is she working for? Is it, Gilta? Is it the man with the mask, Batista? Now, albeit this was a bit of a surprise that we did get a 3-month gap, but, I'm satisfied with what we did get this chapter. But until next time, next week, that is, peace.